Romance movies may have taken a hit over the years, but the book world has remained loyal to the genre. Romantic films and romantic comedies have specifically made a comeback on streaming platforms, but they are often hit or miss. The Map That Leads to You, adapted from J.P. Moninger's novel of the same name, falls somewhere in the middle. It's not particularly memorable, but it also has its moments, elevated by the chemistry between Madelyn Cline and Riverdale's K.J. Aper. Prime Video's latest is a travel-adventure movie, running on vibes only for a while, and an attempt at meaningfully inspecting one's life and goals. Cline's Heather likes plans. She likes to know where life will take her next. At the very least, she tells her friends, Connie, Sophia Wiley, and Amy, Madison Thompson, there should be an outline. Naturally, that way of thinking is the opposite of Aper's Jack, who lives from day to day. He follows his grandfather's journal from the 1940s, but there's no real itinerary. When they meet on a train to Barcelona, Spain, near the end of Heather's vacation before tying herself to a new banking job in New York, it's not just the sparks that fly, but their views on life clash. And yet, The Map That Leads to You's conflict is low stakes despite a health reveal that changes things for the main couple. The film doesn't go the way of A Fault in Our Stars, but there's certainly a hint of that without leaning too hard into it. Luckily, The Map That Leads to You has enough to make it an enjoyable watch. It could have delved into its characters more, especially since we meet them on vacation, which automatically disassociates us from their reality. Everything is more fun and carefree when real life isn't factored in fully, but the film doesn't completely detach itself from Heather's upcoming job and responsibilities. It takes some of it into consideration. Would Jack join her in New York? Can a man who likes to live life without a plan change that? What decisions will Heather make after having all the information? These are all interesting questions that are raised, even if the film only scratches the surface. The Map That Leads to You's leads have decent chemistry. The film's plot is barely there, but that doesn't hinder the trajectory of the film. It actually takes its time building Heather and Jack's relationship, and, when something big happens, the following emotions are earned. It's this element of the story that is the nicest to watch. As Heather and Jack grow closer, they begin to let their guard down around each other. Cline and Aper make the most of their chemistry together, focusing on the lingering looks, the smiles they try to suppress but can't hide completely, and, eventually, the intimacy that comes with their closeness. Aper's got charm, but it's understated, his eyes searching and somehow lost at the same time, while Cline is level-headed, carefree, and reflective. She plays Heather as hesitant, as though she doesn't dare believe this relationship is going to last, while trying to enjoy the feeling it gives her. She's present and free in a way we might all dream of being, but holds herself back in a way because she knows it could be temporary. The film is the epitome of the bonds that can't be broken, regardless of distance. Heather and Jack come from different worlds, but their connection pushes them to further examine their outlook on life. Heather's a bit more relatable in this regard, as she's initially adamant about sticking to a plan: graduate, get a good job, settle down. She thinks will lead to happiness and a feeling of achievement. Director Lasse Hallström capably leads us on the couple's journey, lovingly employing a good montage or two to shape the story and allow for the passage of time. Screenwriters Les Bohem and Vera Herbert's dialogue is serviceable. Nothing is over the top, but it can also come off as quite muted. A little over the halfway point, the film starts to drag a bit, but it's helped along by a decision that has an emotional effect. It could have come earlier to save the story from meandering, but it's a welcome moment that gives the film a boost of energy.